I want to put this full screen up again because as we talk about Mayorkas impeachment and just the sheer defiance of him not to show up, not to, communicate, he says the movement won't rattle or divert me to the broader public service mission, which I have devoted to my career. I'm glad he's not rattled because the rest of America sure should be, Mark.
Yeah, I agree. And I am sitting here today, as I have been for the past 3 years, rattled. And let's make something very clear. This isn't about settling political scores. This isn't about policy differences. This is a secretary who oversees one of the largest departments in our country, who has abdicated his oath, abused his authority, lied to the American people in Congress under oath repeatedly, has refused to enforce the law, has violated the law, and has rewritten the law to adhere to what he believes it should be, all while he's refusing to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. He served as this administration's chief architect of the worst border security crisis in our lifetime that's negatively impacted our nation's safety and national security. Impeachment is exactly what our forefathers intended to address someone like this man.
Yes, and Speaker Johnson put out a news release yesterday obtained by Newsmax, Art, and dovetailing a little bit on what Mark just said. But he's saying rather than accept accountability, even President Biden is now trying to blame Congress for what he himself intentionally created. I mean, the executive branch does have the ability to remain in Mexico, catch and release, the wall. There's so many measures. They don't need a border bill from Congress. This is pure, you know what it is, Art. It's gaslighting.
No, definitely. And it comes down to accountability. People need to be held accountable for doing their job or being placed in those positions. And unfortunately, you end up putting a lot of individuals in positions that they just don't have the knowledge of what needs to be done. And they won't speak up and say, hey, look, this is the problem and it needs to get fixed. And that's where we're at today. And even if you look at other politicians that are now saying there's a problem, but what are they asking for? They're asking for funding for what the problem is and continues to happen in their own areas. But they're not asking and saying, hey, administration needs to stop this. They need to put forth policies to stop it. Instead, they continue to ask for more budget, more money, so they can continue to put a Band-Aid on what the problem really is. And it is as simple as that. You can stop this today, but it takes political will.
I've been to the border. I know. And I have friends who work on the border. I mean, they're trying to do what they have to do. You know what bothers me? A lot of the NGO money that doesn't get reported here. It's such a grift, Mark, and it's tucked into the bills here. I mean, there's full on millions of dollars to set up encampments for these people south of the border, north of the border. Everyone's on the take here. And Americans sometimes don't get that part of the story.
That's exactly right. Look, Art is completely right. The American people continue to be lied to. Right now, President Biden, with a stroke of a pen, could end this crisis. He already has the authority of the law on his side. Bianca, you just mentioned a couple of things that President Biden, again, could do today. He could reinstate the Remain in Mexico program. He could end catch and release. He could reinstitute the asylum and cooperative agreements we had with all three Northern Triangle countries, and he could start building the wall again. All of those things we had in place, this administration dismantled. They could reinstitute it without a single act from Congress. But another lie is that coming from this administration is that the Republicans have not done anything as far as to pass meaningful border security legislation, and that's a lie. 8 months ago, they passed H.R. 2, the strongest piece of border security legislation that's ever been passed, and it's been sitting at the Democrats' feet for over 200 days, and they've done nothing with it.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm concerned about, who's in our country and not if but when something happens. And then, Art, blood is on a lot of people's hands.
Look, this is where you're seeing a lot of the issues that are happening in Texas, which people shouldn't talk about it because it is bad. But the whole time, there's other areas that are being ignored. If you look at Tucson sector, they're still at the top of the list when it comes to entries, when it comes to gotaways. And we don't know the number. It's disturbing. I hear people say so many known gotaways. There is no known gotaways. We don't know how many people have gotten away in any way, shape, or form. We need to just stop talking about known gotaways. We don't know how many have gotten away. And yes, it is from over 160 different countries, and they do not have or will not have any allegiance towards our country at all.
No, and they're young, they're mobilized, and like you said, no allegiance to America or this great nation, which a lot of them are coming in and getting a free lifestyle on American taxpayers' backs. Outrageous. Mark